Embarrassment is an illusion made up by insecure people, and I will forever die on that hill. Embarrassment is a societal construct made up to keep everybody the same. The things no one did in school because it was embarrassing, the thing no one did in school because it was deemed as weird, was because it made you different, was because it set you aside from your peers, and because it made you an easy target. That lives inside of your nervous system. Having or always being an easy target because you lived in your authenticity, which was then categorized as being weird or embarrassing, made you an easy target. Therefore, you're going to go through your life making sure that you fit in with everybody else, making sure you don't do the weird thing, making sure you make extra caution to not fall over or to not do something embarrassing because it lives inside of you and you don't want to have that same humiliation again. But I promise you this, once you have done the inner healing and once you have worked through yourself and you have worked on your confidence, you have worked on your self-esteem and you have worked on your self-love and everything that comes with that, your self-worth, embarrassment won't even enter your mind. And I promise you that, okay? I bet everything on that, right? Because when you have unshakable self-love, an unshakable sense of confidence, you will live and show up in your authenticity. Authenticity is magnetic, okay? Living in your authenticity is extremely magnetic. It's what makes people attracted to you. You aren't hiding behind somebody you're not. You're not hiding or pretending to be somebody you're not to please other people. You are just showing up simply as who you are. That's extremely magnetic, okay? When you're authentic, some people will categorize you as being weird. For me, I was always called weird in school because I was myself, because I was authentic, because I wasn't trying to be someone I wasn't. But me being myself was deemed as weird. And once you have worked through all of those things and you have that deep sense of self-love and unshakable confidence, you will then know that the only way to unlock the new level, the only way to unlock that new chapter, that new version of yourself who has this successful lifestyle, is to put yourself outside of your comfort zone and to do the embarrassing thing. It's to do the thing that no one else will do because it's so different and embarrassing and weird. That is how you unlock that new level. Because I promise you this, your dream life, the life you want to live, the life that you should be living because you deserve to be happy and you deserve to be fulfilled, will not happen if you don't put yourself outside of your comfort zone. It will not happen if you keep being in the same mindset and you keep being in the same frame of mind that is keeping you stuck. And that mindset that is keeping you stuck is linked in with your self-worth. If you don't believe you're worthy whatsoever, you believe everything you do is embarrassing, you have such strong self-worth problems, I promise you, it's going to be harder to reach. You subconsciously don't believe you're worthy of achieving that life. Therefore, that's why I say embarrassment is an illusion made up to keep people the same. It's an illusion made up by insecure people. You have to remember that insecurity comes from being insecure about your authenticity. Insecurity comes from being insecure about your authenticity. It comes from not liking who you are at your core. It comes from having to always hide yourself and mask yourself based off of your past experiences. It's not your fault, it's based off of your past experiences. It's based off of how you were treated before. When you're always living in that frame of mind of not loving yourself and not loving who you are deep down, you're not going to be able to express it. And like I said, self-expression, authenticity is magnetic, and that's what helps you to unlock that new level. Here's how we're going to fix this, alright? I've yapped on a lot about the whole why. Here's how you're going to fix it. Deep inner healing, deep inner journaling, working on yourself. Why are you insecure? Why do you get embarrassed so easily? What is it about a particular thing that you find embarrassing? What is it about doing a particular thing? What is it about falling over, or I don't know, saying the wrong thing, or maybe you missed your bus, or maybe you had to run for your bus that you just find so embarrassing? Who implanted that in your mind, and where did this idea and this ideology come from? Because I promise you, no one is born insecure, no one is born embarrassed. We are supposed to be living in our authenticity. We are supposed to be very magnetic. We're supposed to be very spiritually enlightened. But you won't reach that level if you are always living in a lack mindset of, this is embarrassing, I can't believe I did that. It's a lack mindset. It's a mindset of, I'm not worthy enough to be taken seriously. So in my head, I categorize me as being embarrassing. Come on, girl. Like, you're supposed to be living your dream life. You're supposed to be living that life of somebody who has it all. You're supposed to be living that life of success, of ease, of everything you have ever dreamed of. But you're not going to get there if you don't put yourself out there. You're not going to get there if you don't put yourself outside of your comfort zone. You're not going to get there if you don't talk to people. You're not going to get there if you don't engage in other people and you don't post or you don't do whatever it is you need to do to get there. When I tell you, every single job I have ever gotten in life is through networking, is through talking to people, is through putting myself outside of my comfort zone, attending the networking event. Being socially awkward, being socially embarrassing has gotten me where I want to be. And I will tell you this, and I will bet everything else on this, to get to my next level where I can sing in public, where I can, I don't know, shout or do whatever it is to do in public, I will need to put myself out there and embarrass myself all over again. That is how you become magnetically confident. And I will also say this too, I'd like to add, I'm getting pins and needles, guys, hang on. I recently did a karaoke in a local pub and I was so scared. I love singing, it's my hobby, I love to sing, and I recently did a bit of karaoke and it was terrifying because I had never sung in public in my life, and it was the most scariest thing I'd ever done. I thought to myself, look, once I have done this, once I have sung one song in karaoke, which by the way, everyone was drunk anyway, so no one was even going to remember it. Once I had done this one thing, which to me I found so deeply scary, right? Once I have done this, I know full well that once I have done this one thing, I know full well that singing again is going to come easy. And I want to go back and I want to sing again sober. Because if I go back and sing again sober, I can sing anywhere. I can now do it. It takes stepping outside of your comfort zone, doing that scary thing once to create a ball and ongoing snowball effect of you actually doing the embarrassing thing, you actually getting and achieving the life that you want to live. Why not be embarrassed? I love being embarrassed. I love doing the cringy shit. I love doing the stuff that's so embarrassing because guess what? It gets me where I want to be. Guess what? It gets me to that next level because it has created a snowball effect. Once I've done the one embarrassing thing, I can do the next embarrassing thing and I can keep on going. And you know what? I'll say this, in school, I was bullied for being weird. People would call me weird all the time as it was an insult. Even in my later years, after I left school, after I healed from this, if someone called me weird, it'd be a bit of a trigger for me. In my head, I'd associate that with them rejecting me and not wanting to be my friend anymore. But you know what? Now if someone calls me weird, you know what I do? I own it. I actually mother effing own it. I own being called weird. I love being called weird. Why? Because being called weird means you're living in your authenticity. But do you think I'd want to be called boring? Do you think I want to be called normal? Do you think I want to be called the same as everyone else? No, because guess what? The people who are different get places. The people who are different get taken seriously. Those things you're most insecure about on your face, things you're most insecure about on your body, are sometimes the things that get you the most success because they make you different, they make you unique. Start embracing and start owning your authenticity. Start owning who you are. That is the deepest, warmest, strongest sense of self-love. And I will die on that hill. Embarrassment is an illusion made up by insecure people, and don't be that insecure person. Heal through your traumas, heal through your insecurities, heal through all the things people have tried to knock you down for in the past, who have tried to make you small, tried to make you the same as them, trying to bring you down to their level. Work through it, heal through it, because I promise you, you deserve to have every single thing that you want in life and more. You deserve to have your career. You deserve to have your dream life. You deserve to have the relationships and the friendships that you want to have. But that ultimately always comes at a cost. And that cost is stepping outside of your comfort zone. And that cost is actually doing the embarrassing thing. There we go, bam, that's a YouTube video filmed. And yeah, there you go.